Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad, and a very warm welcome to Thursday's edition of the DC Universe Daily. This week we have seen conflicting reports about the future of Keanu Reeves' Constantine 2. Some people are saying, some sources are saying it's been cancelled by WB. Some sources are saying WB have confirmed it has not been cancelled. So because these sources are not great people to listen to, here at Movies TV Mad, we're neither going to tell you that this film is confirmed or has been cancelled. We're waiting for more information from reliable sources. But with these conflicting reports coming out this week, it does pose the question that you, my subscribers and my viewers, can answer me. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you're watching this video, please subscribe. It's a great place to be. An itsy bitsy teeny weeny little YouTube platform. Not many likes, not many views, not many subs. I'm okay. I'm trying to build this up. But it's an honest place where we talk about predominantly DC live action and other forms of entertainment. And I have my ear to the ground and I have contacts in the industry. So I'm a good little person to know and watch and follow over on Twitter as well at Movies TV Mad. So this poses the question, do we need a Keanu Reeves Constantine sequel? Is he a good Constantine? And doesn't this create another mess as is having two Batmen in DC live action, over at DC Elseworlds with Matt Reeves and over at DC Universe with James Gunn? And we have the other situation with a brand new Superman movie, Superman Legacy, coming from James Gunn, then still in active development, a Superman movie that we don't actually know the title to because it's been in active development, now is it 3-4 years? It's ridiculous. And this one's produced by J.J. Abrams and written by Ta-Nehisi Coates. And it's about a black Kal-El, a black Clark Kent. And I have a theory about that. I think that James Gunn is going to have to do John Kent in Superman Legacy, so they can use Kal-El Clark Kent, a black version of that character, in this Elseworld movie. I could be wrong about that. That's the nagging little feeling I have. Again, the black Clark Kent is not James Gunn's fault. He's kind of arrived and found these situations at him, as is having to Batman, because he wants a Batman in DC Universe. Quite right too, and I'm really excited for the brave and the bold. But it's messy having two Batmen. You know, so you're going to have the Batman 2 in 2025, and then maybe 26, 2027, another Batman, a different Batman, an unconnected Batman to Matt Reeves' universe. It's a bit messy because everyone says, oh yeah, but it's the multiverse, Mick. The multiverse works in paperback, in comics, right? A lot easier than you can make it work in live action. It's a very difficult thing to pass off. Imagine it, 2 or 3 versions of each character's coming out in films, shows, right? It ends up feeling a bit dumb unless each version of said characters are dramatically different. So I'm assuming the Brave and the Bold Batman will be dramatically different than Robert Pattinson's Batman and Bruce Wayne. And this is why Matt and James are having consultations to make sure they don't tread on each other's toes. That's a very, very good idea. And to me, it's pretty obvious that James Gunn is introducing his own cast member, his own actor as Constantine, because I think Constantine will be introduced via the Swamp Thing horror movie, because there's big connections to Justice League Dark and Swamp Thing and Constantine. So it's clear we're going to get a DC Universe John Constantine. So do we really need another John Constantine in DC Elseworlds? Because Keanu Reeves' Constantine isn't going to be part of the DC Universe that James Gunn and Peter Safran are running, the interconnected franchise part. It's obvious he's not going to be that Constantine. Would I mind if he is that Constantine? I don't think Keanu Reeves is Constantine. And, I've seen the first movie he was in. I liked the movie itself, but he's just Keanu Reeves. He's not even Constantine. It's a bit like the complaints people say about The Rock as Black Adam. That isn't Black Adam. That's just The Rock playing The Rock. But you can argue that, Sylvester Stallone is playing Sylvester Stallone in most of his movies, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is playing Arnold Schwarzenegger. Van Damme the same. So these accusations can be labelled at these other people. And it's amazing, really, that The Rock keeps on getting movie offers despite him tanking a huge IP movie as well in terms of DC's the Black Adam movie. So, yeah, it's just a crazy industry with not many brains in it anymore. So, personally, I don't need another Keanu Reeves Constantine movie. I think it's right to introduce one into DC Universe via the Swamp Thing movie. It makes a lot of sense, and we want it to be a comic book accurate casting. I don't think it has to be a copy and pasting, as long as it's a really good actor. We know that J.J. Abrams was introducing his own Justice League Dark Universe via HBO Max, and he was going to cast a black Constantine. Yes, that's right. So we don't know what's going on with that now. Basically, I think all that's been canned. All the DC stuff, or most of the DC stuff that JJ was doing, is canned. The only thing we don't know about is this Superman movie over at DC Elseworlds, as I say, that's been in active development for 4 years. So you would assume that they're saying it's in active development, but nobody really knows if it's ever actually going to happen. I think that Coates is probably writing another pitch for the script, and he's probably going to pitch it to Zaslav, Gunn and Safran. I think the other versions of the script were rejected by Zaslav before James Gunn and Peter Safran came in as co-CEOs of DC Studios. But I think it's very complicated to have more than one versions of iconic characters. Constantine is a very famous DC character. He's not one of the most famous, but he's a very popular one. Now, the one that we saw in Legends of Tomorrow and his own Constantine series on NBC was amazing. He's great. He's pretty much comic book accurate Constantine. I don't think we'll see him again, but that Constantine series was really, really good. And I forgot the name of the actor, but he's such a good actor and he's done such a great job as Constantine. That's the level of casting that you want. Unfortunately, these days, such comic book accuracy in castings, either at DC and Marvel, rarely happen. So this is why J.J. Abrams went for, a Constantine of colour, because it's an inclusive casting, right? They don't care about being comic book accurate, right? It's all about political identity politics these days. And this is why every studio and every streaming service is going bankrupt, everyone. So no, even though I think it would be nice to have a Constantine sequel, I'm certainly not going to complain if it does end up being cancelled. I don't think this will happen. I could be wrong. I don't need this to happen. I want a brand new, younger Constantine cast. I just don't think there's any point in giving us a Constantine sequel starring Keanu Reeves. But of course, it's all about money, because Keanu now must be, in his 60s? He's found a new popularity now since he's been doing these John Wick movies. So Zaslav will look at this and say, can a Keanu Reeves Constantine movie make me big bucks? I don't know how much the first one made. I don't think very much. It may have even been a flop. I think it's more of a cult movie than anything else. But they'll look at the potential of a sequel, because basically just because that first film wasn't too successful, it doesn't mean the sequel can't make money. That's happened plenty of times before. So they have to work out if Keanu Reeves coming back as Constantine at DC Elseworlds has financial potential. Now, personally, I think it has a lot of financial potential. Now, for me, I'm not that motivated about it. If it happens, I'll be excited because I love Keanu, but I don't think he's Constantine. And I think having more than one version of these DC characters, as I've already said, is problematic within itself. But if it does happen, I won't be angry or frustrated about it. I just think it's a cleaner scenario if Keanu doesn't come back as Constantine. But why don't you let me know what you think about this situation? This has been Thursday's edition of the DC Universe Daily here at Movies TV Mad with me, Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection, and I'll see you again in the next video. Until I see you again, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.